Howdy y'all. In this video, I begin my journey as the first farmer in my family, and there's a twist. I took out a $500,000 farm loan that I got paid back in 2 years. Will I make it big, or will I go broke? Watch to find out, folks. Howdy y'all, welcome back to First Gen Farmer, where today we are pretty much going to be getting into the shop or dealership and pretty much, well, you see we got 138,000. We aren't going to have that for long. So let me hop in here and fix up a cultivator or a disc and possibly something else, because we do need something to do canola. I forgot which door. Oh, over here. Well, we spent $101,000 purchasing a cultivator, a used one, and almost 15 grand leasing a seeder. So, let's go ahead and take a little look. This is the cultivator. It does look a bit beat up. This is one that they've leased out. Yet, this dealership loves to scam. Instead of getting this for a fair price, I end up paying original price. As for this is just a lease. So I gotta fill it up with our own seed. It only holds seed, so I can't put down nitrogen with it. Now we're just gonna have to immediately go ahead and cultivate, but I just realized I need to go get the fertilizer or the nitrogen and the pH. So I need to go grab the fertilizer and lime spreaders. I'm gonna go do that after I drop this off at the field, because after we fertilize and lime, I'm gonna cultivate, and we should be set to go after that. Now, I will have to spray this, of course, which that's a given for all my fields nowadays, because honestly, with the whole precision farming gist the government's pushing, might as well just stick to the rules. And the rule says I have to deal with the weeds. Ah, well, not that big of a deal, just to spray every now and then, especially on a tiny plot like this. This is honestly quite the breeze, just one up down. Don't mind the spot that I just missed. But honestly, yeah, it is kind of a breeze compared to the rest of the fields. I need to buy more of these rectangular fields. This cultivator is actually working pretty nice. I could tell I might need to do some repairs on it. Other than that, just fine. And no, I didn't miss a spot. Just ignore that. I'm just going to be squaring this field up. That's why I'm going straight instead of getting the edges. I'm going to go around, get the edges later on. I have to admit, after working this field, it leaves a rather interesting itch. The itch to buy more fields. I talked to the bank and I could extend my loan by $100,000 to purchase probably a small plot. There's only a handful that are in like under 120,000, but I'm not really looking to spend all my money, especially being this close to having to pay it off. Yeah. Ugh. Heck of a thing. I don't know what exactly. I guess I'll have to just wait till spring. Whenever I have more money and more breathing room. So I did a thing. For 92 grand, with the help of a $100,000 loan addition, I kind of purchased a cotton plot, which we're going to plow under and extend. Then we're going to take soil samples before we start, well, laying down the lime, fertilizer, cultivating, and all that. It's going to be a second it's going to be a second canola field. So I'm going to get started clearing all of this woods on my side of the property, and we will see where we are from there. Now that all the brush is all cleared, let's go ahead, take care of the issue of a small field. I'm pretty sure this should be smaller than our other canola field. Dang. These stones are gonna be bothersome. You know, I was wondering why those buildings look familiar. Come to find out, those are mine. Who would have guessed that I bought a field right next to my own co-op? Unintentional, but a welcome sight. It means I don't have to travel all the way back to the homestead for resupplying. It means I could just get my supplies from here. I think that should be plenty expanded. Sure, I kind of took out our only logical place to really park, but I don't really ever use them. I use the side of the road. So why not just use it for space to make more money? Now, I'm concerned with these stones. It must be a visual glitch because technically I do have stones turned off. Something I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with later on. So the same rules apply to this field. I'm just gonna be squaring it off, and then we're going to be taking care of the edges afterwards. After I'm done doing this, I'll lime, then fertilize, and then we'll seed, then lime, then fertilize. So, before I get started seeding, I want to give this a shot, and let's take a wild guess and see if this works. I'm hoping this works, and it's not a visual glitch. If so, then we can make some money back from the stones we pick out. I think there's a debris crusher around here that'll take stones. If not, I guess I'll find a place to sell them, or just dump them, I reckon. But let's go give this a shot, and I'll let you know how it turns out. Alright, considering it was almost $2,000 to lease that thing, we only got $177 out of it. And someone moved the cedar. I had it sitting on the side of the road, but it looks like someone moved it on me. Let's get to work. Ooh, I like how fast it goes. 12 miles an hour. I could get used to this. On second thought about this cedar, I am honestly deeply considering not purchasing it, for the sheer fact of it throws this tractor around like that huge roller. only not as bad, but this just seems like something I need something a little heavier to be able to use. It's got a good seat capacity though, I gotta admit that. And honestly, the speed is great whenever I'm not fishtailing. The lime doesn't seem to be all that bad on this field. I guess the previous owner kept pretty moderate care of it. I'd hate to see the nitrogen though. I'm sure he didn't do so good on that one though. Can I say though again? So it was kind of the opposite of what I thought. It took a load and 3/4 of lime, and we are just barely 87% full yet on fertilizer. That's just astounding. I can't really complain, and I don't want to complain. Not after seeing these kinds of numbers, because I guess that would be some good profit margins. But let's go ahead and finish this up first. And this thing just keeps on drifting. I have no idea how to keep it contained. Well, folks, we're on the final task of the day, and that is sowing canola in this. Now, if I can somehow land my hands on any more money, I'd be able to purchase more fields. Like, say, this huge field right here. Like, look at this. I would love to have that big field. But I also don't have the equipment or anything to work something that size just yet. So, funny story. I got one canola field on the northwest side of the map and one canola field on the southeast side of the map. Ain't that just hilarious? It's gonna take me forever just to drive back and forth, or at least from one to the other, to harvest, let alone every piece of equipment I'm going to need to be able to maintain them. Fertilizer spreader, lime spreader, seeder, sprayer, and then obviously the harvester and chaser bin. Ugh. Why me? Why do I do this to myself? Well, folks, that'll do it for today's episode. There wasn't all that much except for getting further in debt. At least we got ourselves a semi-new cultivator. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, the field that put us in more debt. We're all set up for spring. I'll do that between episodes because that would be the only chore for September. And I reckon I'll see all y'all in October. See you around, folks.